And joining us now is Carrie Hardin. She is a mother with students in the Chicago public school system. Thanks so much for making the time for us.
Thank you.
So you have two boys in first and fourth grades, I understand. What has the past 2 years been like when it comes to their schooling and learning for you, just as a mom?
Very hectic, working with them in the room while they're both remote learning, arguing with each other, keeping volume levels together, Wi-Fi sharing, all of it. Even when it goes well, it's hard.
I can only imagine how difficult that must be. And now to be in limbo, and I guess you've been in limbo for much of these 2 years, not knowing from one day to the next whether you need to be home with your kids or if they're returning to class. I mean, that must put a strain on you as well.
We're lucky enough. I work in theater, so I work mostly nights and weekends, and my husband has mostly been working at home. So when I'm in, I do have to go in. But luckily, our flexible schedule allows for it to work most of the time.
Well, that's good. Not everyone, though, has that luxury. So the city says children need to be in school, that in-person learning is the best and only option for sufficient instruction. The teachers union, on the other hand, says teachers and kids aren't safe amid this virus surge, and they want more testing and a remote learning option. So I want to play some remarks from both Mayor Lightfoot and Fallon Johnson. He's a teacher in the union, and then I want to get your reaction on the other side.
Sure.
This is an unnecessary, illegal work stoppage that ignores the data and the science. This is not the time for us to move away from what we know are the public health imperatives, which have said categorically schools are safe. And again, I point out the fact that every other school system in the city of Chicago is open for in-person learning except for CPS because of the CTU leadership. That's not right. That's not fair, and it goes against the science and common sense. We've got to get our kids back in school.
I know that this is disruptive to their education. However, I want to make sure that they are safe. I want to make sure that I am safe. I want to make sure my daughters and my elderly grandparents are safe as well. So we're ready to go back to work. We are just simply asking, do what suburban schools, do what Catholic schools, do what private schools have done. They have tested, charter schools, they have tested those babies to make sure that they are healthy and ready so that when they come into the building, we can love on them and we can continue to educate them.
So we hear both sides there. Where do you stand?
I think that CTU rep made a great point that the school districts that are open right now are taking very different precautionary measures. And it's become a battle of COVID protocol, and not that that is not incredibly important during the spike that will hopefully be over soon, but that it's more of a staffing issue also that no one seems to be addressing, that if this continues, there's already no substitute teachers this year. And if we continue in the middle of this surge, when teachers will get sick and kids will get sick, there won't be anyone to watch the kids at school. There already isn't some days. They've got schools like classes combining because there aren't enough teachers to go around and there aren't enough substitutes. So I think, no one wants to be remote, but if it means being remote for 2 weeks, it's a lot better than not having school at all for 2 weeks, which is what we've been at right now.
But wait, that's not all. The matter is complicated even more because now a group of parents is suing the union, saying it's a stumbling block to get children back in school, standing in the way of learning and a return to class. What do you make of that lawsuit?
I think that proves that Lori Lightfoot's strategy is to just say no because parents don't like remote learning, and parents don't. No one likes remote learning. It's what we have to do as a stopgap measure. And because she can't fix this problem, there's no fixing it at this point. There's a lot of steps that we could have taken along the way, but right now we're stymied. We don't have enough people to teach, and there's a pretty bad public health crisis. So instead of saying that, just turning it back on the teachers and saying parents don't want this. Well, parents don't want this, of course, but I think that narrative that she's fighting for something, but she isn't fighting for anything. She's just saying no to kill time until the search is over, I think.
So what do you think it's going to take to get past the stalemate and come to an agreement so that you know what the future looks like and the present looks like in terms of your children's education?
That would be great. I feel like the fact that remote learning isn't as effective as in-person learning means that CPS can get away with just not having class, which is not okay, because it's more than just babysitting. There's a lot of learning to be done, and there's a lot of services and social work services and preventative measures that happen through schools that kids are not getting right now. And not everybody has the opportunity to stay home with their kids, and having a place to put them that is physically safe is very, very important. And I think that there is a middle ground of a place to drop your kids off if you absolutely have to, but to make it mostly remote learning for a week or two, I'm not sure. I don't know what the answer is. And honestly, I don't think anybody does.
I think that is a safe assumption. And on that topic, most children in CPS qualify for free or reduced lunch. So that's another issue that everyone's looking out for.
All lunch is free. In CPS, all lunch and breakfasts are free for every child.
All right, Carrie Hardin, thank you so much. We wish you the best and good luck. I hope you get back to some sort of normalcy soon.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.